Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with my Beloved Beauty Monthly for the month of October. Can you believe we are already in October? Wow, time just flies. We have already been in school 2 months and it's just crazy. I was just out sick for a couple of days, my first time that I've missed this year, so doing okay. Our elementary schools are just a germ fest anyway, but we work with special education kids who just, the bodily fluids and the snots and the boogers and the picky noses are just a never-ending battle. So I am feeling better at the time of the recording of this video, thankfully. And on another personal note, I want to tell you a little bit of a story about my wedding ring. I have been married, my husband and I have been married for 41 years. And of course, he gave me a wedding set when we got married. And when our middle daughter I was pregnant with her, I took my wedding set off. And it was just a very basic set. It wasn't like it was extravagant, expensive thing or anything. But I took it off because I couldn't wear it while I was pregnant. And I set them on the microwave. And then suddenly they disappeared. And I had no idea where they went. And I was very, very, very heartbroken. I was like, these are my wedding rings. Wedding rings are really, really important. And to me anyway. And so I just out of sight, out of mind. I don't even know what I wore in the interim during that period of time. I don't remember if I don't remember. I'm sure I wore a wedding ring, but I don't recall. But when she was 16, our microwave died. And it was an old microwave. And so what had happened is the rings had fallen down into the vent in the back of the microwave. My husband recycles everything, and he found them when he took the microwave apart. So of course I'm like, yes, victory, win, redemption, all that. Got my rings back. And it was that same year that we moved our house. We have a manufactured home, and we were able to move it onto an acre of property out in the country here where we live in Battleground. And I remember taking the rings off, my original set off, and putting them in my pocket because we were going to be doing work on the property. We were excavating. We were getting that property ready for the house to be pulled in, and we were breaking up another manufactured home that was on the property. And I lost them again. So I'm pretty certain that they are somewhere in the ground of our home, probably buried very deep in the soil, because we had to dig out where our house was going to end up. And so I was so defeated. I was like, oh my gosh, how could you do this twice? Twice you did this. And so I went and I just purchased a really inexpensive ring. I remember this from Walmart. It was a couple $100s, not anything, again, extravagant. And last week at school, the only gem that was meaningful in the ring, in terms of just the beauty of it, I guess, fell out. And I only knew it because I felt the top of the ring and it was sharp. And I looked at it it's gone, it's gone. And I was devastated because my marriage is very, very important to me, and that commitment is very important to me. And while at the same time I was feeling that heart tug and that importance of having my ring, I also felt like, what right do I have to have another ring? I've been foolish. I've been, I'm 41 years. Why do I need a ring? Am I worthy? All of that stuff. And so I struggled with that for a few days, and then I landed in a place of truth, which is, I have put in my time, and I love my husband, and I am grateful to be married. No matter the difficulties that we have as married people and as married women, I wanted to replace that with something else. So I did go out and I paid for it out of my own money, just Didn't charge it, didn't do anything. So I wanted to show it to you. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it on the camera. That's the new ring. There we go. So I was able to just get the ring and use my old band. So this is, I'll hold it up. Well, it's not on my finger. So that is the ring. Hopefully you guys can see that. The focus is difficult. But anyway, it's very pretty. I felt really drawn to it because I didn't want anything flashy. I didn't want anything that was like screaming, look at me, look at me. But it's very delicate. It's got some little viney, twisty bits on the sides of it, which really spoke to me as well. So I'm super glad to have it. I'm super grateful, and I will be taking very, very good care of it. I got it at Fred Meyer, so I was able to get the warranty and the care. And so as long as I take it in and have it checked and inspected, if a stone falls out, they will replace it free of charge. So I'm like, I'm covered now, but back when we were newly married, like it was just a simple wedding set. Like we didn't have the money for anything more. And then as we were raising our kids, we certainly didn't have money for that kind of an extravagant expenditure. So anyway, that's my personal note. So I'm very happy with the decision. So let's get on with that. That's just a little piece of my story in case you guys have not heard that. Those of you who know me in real life already know that story. But so let's talk about what we did in the month of September. September is a hard month for me. The fall is very challenging for me emotionally. I really struggle to be motivated. I struggle to be inspired. I struggle with just a lot of kind of impending fears. It's old stuff. It's just part of my life, and it gets better every year, but it still kind of gives me that, catches me off guard sometimes. And so September and October are particularly hard, but I am pushing through, staying in the studio, staying inspired, trying to bring you content that it will inspire you as well. So in September, we did the flip through of the Sweet Yvonne journal, and that got to the Netherlands safely. I received her journal back to me. It was absolutely gorgeous. I don't remember if I talked about it in last Beloved Beauty Monthly or not, so forgive me if I did, but it was gorgeous. They both were gorgeous, and it was such a pleasure to be part of that swap and have her receive something from me, and I was able to receive something handmade by her. In fact, it's sitting on a shelf right in front of me, so I can look at it while I'm sitting here. It's beautiful. And we also did a 3-envelope ephemera holder, which is a piece that can be inserted in a journal, like in between signatures or in the front or the back, and it just has some pockets and things that can hold extra ephemera. I always have a lot of extra kit ephemera that I didn't use in the journal, and I figure I don't need it hanging around here necessarily. So my goal is to have one of those for every journal that goes out from my studio. So we did that. We did tags with a pop-up writing space. That was so much fun, and that was actually inspired by Carol-Ann over at Caged Crafts. She is since passed on. She lost her fight with MS, but her inspiration still carries on. So it was a delight to do that project again and do it on a little bit larger scale. So that was super fun. Very popular video. We did another one that was expanded writing space journal cards. So it basically was a journal card, and it had a fold out writing space behind it, and it was paper clipped and stuff. So that was fun. I did the Joyful Spring journal flip through, and that journal was purchased by Cassandra, and she also purchased the Winter Wonder Journal #2, so those got to her safely with a bunch of other goodies, and I always love that little surprise bit. I always send extra stuff when I send a package, so that was super fun. I was glad that she was pleased, and I always love it when a journal gets into the hands of somebody who will really appreciate it and love it, and she did. We did long flap pockets, and those were super fun. They were They were a thing that had a pocket here on the front and then a flap that came over and then hooked in some way, shape, or form, and it held stuff in the middle as well. So those were fun as well. I did a double CD wallet flip using I think I did it for both the At the Beach journal and the boho journal, and they were super fun. So they're basically just 2 CD envelopes that are put together so that you've got one that flips out and the other one flips out, and they've got beautiful cards and stuff in them. So that was fun as well. I showed you my clusters. We did clusters for the At the Beach journal and the boho journal using my cluster recipes. So if you struggle with clusters and how do you know what to do, how do you know what to add, I kind of give you my recipe, and it's what I do every time I make any kind of clusters or cluster strips or snippet rolls or anything like that. So we did a faux envelope writing space. That was super fun. I basically just used my envelope punch board and made an envelope, cut off the 2 flaps on the sides, and then the 2 flaps coming up from the bottom and down from the top. They are fastened with eyelets and ribbon, and then it held several cards, 3 to 4 journal cards behind that closure. So those were super fun, very, very easy to do. So all of these projects are videos that I did on the channel, so you can check them out on the channel if you missed that. I would encourage you to do so. We did Crash Your Trash episode 25, where we used some really unique packaging from your creative studio stuff that I received, and we made a small journal that was just basically, I don't know, like this big, I don't know, maybe 3 by 4, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And we made a couple other pieces as well. So it's always fun to use packaging as well as use scraps from my scrap basket. We also just did part 1 of the double file folder Grungy Gentleman's Faith journal. So it's I combined 2 folders back to back once they were all folded, and it'll contain 2 signatures, and it's going to be grungy to the max. I think I'm going to give it to my son. He's a believer. He lives a very faith-filled life, and I think that he would appreciate it. Not sure if he would actually use it, but I don't know what else I would do with it at this point. But I had some requests from the subscribers to do a kind of a faith-based journal, and I really didn't find anything that inspired me more in my traditional style, so I just had to forego that. When I pick papers, I have to pick things that really speak to me, and if they don't speak to me, it's not going to be fun. I'm not going to be able to bring to you the same energy that I can when it's something that I really love. So I decided to go ahead and do a masculine type of project. So, and that's a beginner friendly project. I will be filming every step. I will not be doing anything off camera. So I don't know how many videos will be, maybe 5 videos, 6 perhaps. And so I hope that you guys will follow along. So in video 1, we did the construction, and we put some papers on the front, the back, and the spine, just so it would be pretty for the YouTube video pics and stuff. So, and then I just finished, and it will be on the channel before you see the video, before this one airs, and I used wet strength tissue paper and had some play on my jelly plate, as well as using some stencils and some of the wet strength tissue paper. Just laid the stencils out, sprayed different sprays, distress oxide sprays, distress spray stains, and another one that was just an old one that I had, a couple old colors that I had from Tuesday morning or something from long ago. So they turned out amazing. Unfortunately, in the video, when I was trying to do the stenciling part with just spraying, I had some really good results, and I had some that were just like, what happened? So things don't always turn out, and that's okay. But I got a whole stack of beautiful tissue paper for my boho journal primarily. Those were the colors I was focused on. And so that's just a good segue to talk about what we're doing in the month of October. I'm working on, I need to finish the At the Beach journal. I'm done with all the ephemera. I just need to now construct the journal, which goes very fast. The ephemera is what takes me the longest. So I'll be working on that, getting it done. And again, we started the boho journal. I'm going to continue to work on that. It's going to be a 3 signature journal, pretty traditional for me. I might make it a soft cover just to be a little bit different. I don't do soft covers very often, but I think I might do that with that one. Or I might make that one a hardcover and do the, I'm calling it the Romance in Paris journal, and it's the blue themed Paris. Beautiful, beautiful papers. And I used a couple different kits from different makers, and I'm having a blast with it. The images are so sweet. So I'm going to call it the Romance in Paris journal. I think that one would be better to be a soft cover, just because of the theme. The colors are so soft and almost dreamy, really, really beautiful. So, and then of course we'll be continuing with the Gentleman's Faith Journal. And then I completely I'm just disappointing. So I didn't do any Sunday's Art of Truth in August. I didn't do any Sunday's Art of Truth in September. And so I'm really, really hoping to do that for October. I just really haven't been in the mood. It was just a tough month. And so I hope to return to that schedule and do at least one Sunday's Art of Truth a month. And I'll also be introducing a little bit more along the lines of mixed media, some other just techniques. I'm going to do some work with some tea bag paper that I purchased some time ago. I never used. I've already coffee dyed it, and we're going to have some fun with that. Maybe do some image transfer kind of work. I'm not sure yet, but that's on the docket, so to speak. And what else do I want to share with you? The 6,000 subscriber giveaway. We are almost to 5,600 subscribers, you guys. It's like mind-blowing. And that being said, I know that my channel is not for everyone, and I'm okay with that. But I sure do love that people are here and they're supporting what I'm trying to do. I don't do this for the income. I make very, very little money on YouTube, but it is nice to recoup some of the expense. I buy a lot of digitals, a lot of stuff. I'm kind of naughty that way, but it's something that I can do, and I'm grateful for that. So I do what brings me joy. So I'm super grateful that we are here then almost at 6,000 subscribers. I'm going to be doing a journal giveaway. That could be the Romance in Paris journal. That could be the At the Beach journal. That could be the boho journal. Could be the Gentleman's Faith journal. I'm not sure. So if you guys want to leave a comment below and let me know if you happen to be the winner of the 6,000 subscriber giveaway, which journal would you like to have? Let me know in the comments. I do have to say that the giveaways are only available to people in the United States and Canada. I just simply cannot afford to send overseas. So just keep that in mind. If you're, please do leave. I still want to hear what you have to say, and I love that you're here, and I hope that you understand the limitation there. It's just so difficult right now. Shipping is so expensive. Everything is so expensive, as you guys all know. We're all living in the real world. And that being said, I don't talk politics on my channel. I don't talk politics on Facebook or on any social media. I believe that it destroys relationships. It can be very, very destructive. I don't even talk about it much within my own family. But I do want to say, if you are in the United States, guys, get out and vote. Get out and vote November 5th. Doesn't matter who you're voting for. I have no, I know who I'm voting for, but just vote. It is one of our most beautiful rights as American citizens is to vote. So please don't bypass that. Don't rob yourself of that opportunity. It's so important. And sometimes I think we can think, well, it's just one vote. I'm just one person. But guys, it is so important that everybody registers and votes. It's a presidential election. I think all elections are important. I vote in every election. So that's just my patriotic encouragement to you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Blessings, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye.